spend a few minutes kind of letting you get to know me. Born in North Carolina, in a small community just outside Charlotte, North Carolina. Normal childhood. My parents, my dad worked in a textile mill. My mother worked part-time here and there. Great grandparents. Nothing very special, but my life changed when I was about right around 6 years old. My parents separated, and mom moved to Florida, and then back to North Carolina. And then I lived with mom. Then I lived with dad. And then finally, eventually, they got the divorce. Well, my mother remarried. I had a stepfather who had 4 kids. My dad remarried, and she had a son. And then later on, they had a child together. So I'm the proud sibling of 5 brothers and 3 sisters. We weren't really ever taught the stepbrother, stepsister thing. It wasn't his kids, her kids, and our kids. So anyway, I have 5 brothers and 3 sisters all together. So I grew up in a very big family, and it was very challenging because my mother and my stepdad had us most of the time. So there was all of us, and my mother worked in a textile mill. My stepfather worked in the maintenance department for a manufacturing company. So we grew big gardens and things like that. And it's kind of where I got introduced to entrepreneurship, because my stepfather bought all the boys a lawnmower, and we'd go around asking neighbors if we could mow their lawns, and in the fall we'd rake their leaves, and in the wintertime we'd shovel what little snow there was. But anyway, we were just, one big happy-go-lucky family. School life, well, I was just your typical average student, and when I finished my formal education, I did what I was told, which was go to work. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I joined the Air Force. I spent 8 years on active duty, and I spent a year in the Air National Guard. And during that time, got to travel, got to go to Korea for a year, and I got to go to some places like Taiwan and Okinawa and the Philippines, and I got to see how other people live. And I think that's what's helped me give the appreciation for this country. We're the greatest country in the world. We have the best opportunities in the world if you'll take advantage of it. So anyway, I worked in my career. I had my son and my daughter while I was in the Air Force. I got married the first time. In my work life, I got divorced. I remarried, got divorced, got remarried the 3rd time, and I've been married to my wife, Kay, for almost 20 years. But anyway, my work life wasn't nothing extraordinary. I worked for companies, did a great job, done what my parents taught me, which was a great work ethic, which means if you want to work for someone, work hard, and you'll get advancement. And the other thing about my work life is that most of my brothers and sisters worked in the manufacturing industry or worked in the trucking industry, and they always laughed at me and accused me of getting jobs with all the work picked out. No, it was just that I had ambitions about what I wanted to be in my life. But my average tenure with a company was anywhere from 3 to 5 years. The average American right now has spent about 3 to 4 years with a company before they move on. But anyway, my last company, I traveled about 240 days a year as a sales trainer. I traveled all over the country, got to see a lot of new friends. But my 3rd wife has some health issues, so about 3 to 4 years ago, she said, it's about time you come over. I'm traveling all the time. Why don't you go work for yourself? And I did. I became a certified instructor with John Maxwell Advanced Leadership Team, trainer, coach, and a speaker. But about 6 months ago, a friend of mine, Dave Hamlin, said, "You'd like to save money?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You got a smartphone?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Download this app." The app, used it. And I know Dave very well. I said to myself, "Hey, he explained it." So anyway, I joined Sherlock Nation. Sherlock Nation is a company where we give away a free mobile app that helps you save money and you make money out of it. So anyway, the entrepreneurial spirit has kind of emerged. John Maxwell training and Sherlock Nation. I want to help people break away this year from 40 to 40. And that's what we are for 4 years retirement from yourself, what you're making. You can't live on what you're making right now. How in the name of saying that you will live 40% of what you're making? You can't. And then I read a book called The Second Chance by Robert Kiyosaki. And it really was a life-changing experience. His rich dad quote, I'm quoting the book, So the paycheck is the greatest tool ever invented. The person that signs a paycheck controls a person's body, mind, and spirit. And he went on to say, when slavery was abolished, the paycheck was invented. I got to think about it. I got to really sit down. I spent some time just thinking about that. Your paycheck controls where you live, what you drive, where you go on vacation, what kind of medical care you receive. Let me explain a little bit. Where you live, your paycheck dictates your mortgage. What you drive, your paycheck dictates your car payment. Where you go on vacation is dictated by your paycheck. The company gives you vacation time, but they're not paying for you to go on vacation. They're just giving you what you normally make to go on vacation. And then there's the advent of the staycation, which means you just stay at home and don't go nowhere. And then there's the I'm going to go stay with my relatives in this town just to get away. Your medical care, people don't think about this. With the advent and the change in the healthcare system right now, your deductibles have changed and your co-payments have changed. So what type of insurance plan is dictated by your paycheck? If you're sick and tired of being dictated to by your paycheck, there's a better way, and I want to help you. So I'm Bob Daves. I want you to have an awesome day. I want you to have an awesome year, and God bless.